Hey guys, welcome to Top Gear Magazine India, and today we are doing a walk around for the all new Mercedes-AMG EQS 53 4MATIC Plus. Whew, that is a huge name, but nonetheless, it is a huge car as well, so let's begin. Let me begin at the front, where you have this fantastic digital light and this DRL that goes all the way to the grille. Now speaking about the grille, this, although it is closed because it is an electric vehicle, you have the AMG vertical slats here, and you have these ducts here that actually channel air to the brakes, and an overall front design which looks really futuristic and sporty because this is the AMG trim. Moving to the side, and what immediately catches your eye are these 21-inch alloy wheels and the overall way the car sits. Yes, I agree that the car sits really low, but the hand can barely go in there, but the suspension can be raised for our Mumbai traffic, or for that matter in anywhere in India. Speaking about the tires, these are specially designed Michelin tires for this vehicle because it is an electric vehicle after all, and this needs nice grippy tires for the road. Moving to the side, you have the 4MATIC Plus badge here, which simply means that power can be sent to the rear wheels 100%, which is pretty good if you ask me. For the nice when you want to have some fun, you have this EQ badge here, and just like the S-Class, you have pop-up door handles. Nice. And the window rolls down, obviously, because it is frameless windows. Similar thing at the back as well. Now, this is where the charging port for the EQS is, and yes, it is not as fancy as the competition, but what you have is a 22 kWh AC fast charger or a 200 kWh DC fast charger, which charges this 107 kWh battery pack pretty quickly if you ask me. More on that in the review. Now, you'd be surprised to know that this being an electric vehicle, it doesn't have a frunk. That is because Mercedes says that it has a fantastic boot, and yes, you actually have a pretty decent boot. Plus, you have a little bit of storage here as well. So all in all, yeah, I get the fact why it does not have a frunk. Now, again, because this is an AMG, you have a nice ducktail spoiler here, and this is an all-new paint scheme from the AMG line. So yeah, looks really nice. Now the EQS looks extremely futuristic on the outside, but things on the inside take it to a whole different level altogether. For instance, you have this fantastic huge screen on the front, and you have a screen for every single occupant. For instance, the driver has a nice screen in the front, you have the screen here, and more importantly, the passenger has his own screen as well. Since this is an AMG, what you have is an AMG steering wheel, which feels really nice to hold. Again, I'll be able to tell you more about it when we drive it, but you have your suspension settings here, traction settings here, and you can change your modes via this nice rotary knob here. Now, what is surprising is an electric vehicle having paddle shifters. Yes, I get it, it's an AMG, it's supposed to have that, but it doesn't really change gears. It's mainly there for regenerative braking is what it is. I like the fact that you have this nice ambient light, similar to the S Maybach that you must have seen if you have seen our review for it. A very similar light, and it has a lot of settings that when you open the door, it does this. When you have the lights, you can do a lot of things can happen with it. So at the center, you have this humongous screen, like you can have navigation, is extremely convenient to use, is not very counterintuitive, and more importantly, you have a whole bunch of functions at it as well. For instance, you have all of these things that you can select. Now the screen for the passenger is usually defunct when there's nobody sitting on the driving seat, so you have a nice wallpaper that you can change depending on what you want to. But when you have somebody sitting there, they can access the screen and do a whole bunch of settings that is very similar to the screen in the center. Now in terms of storage, Mercedes-Benz has a whole bunch of storage as well. Open this and you have cup holders here, plus you have a place for your phone to charge wirelessly. Now this all looks nice. The only thing that I find is, for a car so fantastic, the start-stop button is really small. I would have a much bigger one or something that makes it look a little more exciting. Now that I'm done with the front, let's move to the back seat. But I know most of you would not like to sit in the back. You'd much rather sit here and drive it, won't you? Now I am in the back seat of the EQS 53 4MATIC Plus. I'm not going to call it that, I'm going to call it EQS. Let me give you like a first impression. Really good interior quality expected from Mercedes-Benz. I like the carbon finish here, I like the Alcantara here, the leather seats, and you can obviously seat 3 people, but if you don't want to, you can always put the armrest down and makes it a whole lot comfortable nonetheless. But you have the screen that is somewhat similar to the S-Class. You have a wireless charger here, and yeah, pretty much spacious at the back. So here is everything that you need to know about the Mercedes-AMG EQS 53 4MATIC Plus. Whew, that's a huge name. Nonetheless, stay tuned for our first drive review coming out pretty soon, and let us know in the comments below what you think about this compared to its competition. With that, thank you so much for watching. This is Yash Sunil signing out. Bye-bye.